Hey everyone, David Coe, the Core Real Estate Group. Hey, election season is here, and there's one bill in particular that I want to point out and shine a little light on, and it's Proposition 33 here in California. Now, Proposition 33 wants to repeal a bill that was passed in 1995 called Costa-Hawkins. Costa-Hawkins was passed because throughout the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, more and more local communities were passing stringent rent control measures, and it was affecting landlords and their ability to deliver housing to people that needed to rent. So Costa-Hawkins did a couple of things. Number one, it made sure there was no rent control on single family homes. Number two, it allowed a landlord to reset the rent at market rent whenever a property became vacant. And number three, in an effort to encourage new development, it waived any kind of rent control on properties built after 1995. And then further, a few years ago, the state of California actually passed statewide rent control, which as a landlord, we view as pretty fair, which caps the amount of rent to 5% a year plus any inflation, which even that's been capped at 10%. So we already have statewide rent control, and some local communities have the ability to enact even stronger rent control measures. Well, what Prop 33 will do is remove Costa-Hawkins, which will now allow every individual community to set as stringent rent control laws as they feel are appropriate for their community. So what that means is that single-family homes now could be subject to rent control. If you are a landlord and you finally get a vacancy on a property that has been under-rented for years, you may no longer be able to raise that unit up to market rents and be stuck at the previous rent that you were at, which is going to discourage landlords from fixing up and providing better quality housing. And it may also wipe out the protection developers have on new construction being subject to rent control. The fiscal impact of this is in the millions to the state of California. I've actually got a link down below to a nonpartisan article kind of looking at this bill. It's from the Legislative Analyst Office here in California. And the projected amount of cost to the state of California because of this bill is in the millions. Now, will it curb rents? It will in some communities that enact stricter and stricter rent controls, but it may raise rents in other communities that don't, right? So, it's not going to have some kind of overall effect on keeping rents low. The only way to do that is to encourage builders to add more housing, right? It's this pure supply and demand. The more rental properties we have, the less rents will grow over time. And unfortunately, this bill, Prop 33, is going to discourage any builder from actually adding more housing inventory to the state. So I strongly encourage you to vote no on Prop 33. And if you'd love to have further conversation or discussion about this, I certainly would love to have that conversation with you. If you're a landlord or a potential landlord that's considering, maybe buying rental property, curious how this may affect you, I'd love to have that conversation as well. David Coe, the Core Real Estate Group. Hope this information finds you well, and hope to talk to you soon.